Good morning and welcome to Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Are you feeling insecure? As a matter of fact, if you feel insecure, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to feel insecure about feeling insecure because we human beings at one time or the other always feel insecure about something, insecure about someone. We all have some weakness or the other, and we're afraid that our weakness may be exploited by people for their own advantage. And that makes us feel insecure. So, what's your weakness? Is it a person or is it something? Have you ever thought if you could turn your weakness into your strength? As a matter of fact, your weakness should be able to cheer you up for the simple reason your weakness shows that part of your personality that's vulnerable, and that gives you an opportunity to perform better, overcome that vulnerability. It's not bad to be vulnerable at one time or the other. Each one of us is vulnerable, whether we appreciate and admit it or not. So, question is how to convert the insecurity into your strength. First thing you've got to be sure is accept your insecurity. Acceptance, the first step. Until and unless you accept it, you cannot remove it. In any action, in any situation, when you want to take a remedial step, the first is to accept it, to recognize it. You cannot be blind to the facts. And once you accept your insecurity or the cause of your insecurity, then half the battle is won. Believe me, there's no shame in accepting that you are feeling insecure. As a matter of fact, accepting your insecurity is taking first step towards strength. Now it could be anything. Maybe you are not getting enough likes and followers on social media, as ridiculous as that. But then you feel insecure. Well, look, hardly few people like me. I don't have many followers. So and so has millions of followers. Does it make a difference? It doesn't. It can be not getting promoted despite your hard work. You have been work slaving like a dog. And your donkey work has not been appreciated by your boss and you didn't get a promotion. That can make you feel insecure. Maybe your work is not satisfactory. Maybe it's not being reported properly. Maybe others are performing better than you are. You can feel insecure thinking you're not good enough for someone. Your spouse doesn't like you, doesn't care for you. Your children don't care for you. As a matter of fact, you forget that when you think that you're not good enough for someone, it's not that you're not good enough, it's that you don't have surety of yourself. You can feel insecure about someone taking away your best friend from you, insecure that your partner will cheat on you, insecure that you will die, insecure that somebody will commit a theft, insecure that you might meet with an accident. Hundreds and thousands of probabilities and possibilities are there. There's no limit if you start counting them. I can spend zillions of years counting the possible insecurities, and yet that would not be the end of it. So acknowledge whatever that bothers you. Accept the fact that these doubts, these sense of insecurities threaten your self-worth. Accept that and then work on your insecurity. There's a second step. First is accepting the insecurity, identifying it, and then working on that. Now that you have accepted your insecurity, the next step is to come up with a practical solution. Worried about the likes and the follows in the social media? Just stay consistent and patient and keep on working. You'll get the results soon. There are two ways: either you ignore it or you keep on working, slogging, not getting promoted. The best thing is go and talk to your boss about it. Tell yourself you can't control everything. Just focus on your work. That's it. Sooner or later, it will be recognized. And if you're still feeling that, go and talk to your boss. Lay things on the table. Discuss with him. Well, what's wrong? Maybe you are doing great work, but the boss is not appreciating it. Thinking that you are not good enough. Well, the right people would always stay by you. They will never cheat you. They will never desert you. If they leave, believe it that you are not meant for them. So that's fine. Set about finding better people. But have confidence. As a matter of fact, each sense of insecurity in 9 cases out of 10 has no real basis. It's like children going in the dark. They feel insecure going in the dark. But if the adult is there and catch hold of their finger, then they don't feel insecure. It is your mental makeup. You're always afraid of something not being there. If something is there, you're capable of handling it. It's a fear of the unknown. And as I've always been saying, fear is the godmother of all damnable things. So identify the source of your insecurity, dissect it, find a way out, or ignore it. But in the process, you would find whether your sense of insecurity has some real basis or not. Say about your work. When you discuss with your boss, you will then be aware of lacuna, if any, and you'll be able to do better. Keeping mum about insecurity is the biggest damage you can do to yourself. Unfortunately, we are always desirous of hiding our insecurities. And it's like hiding fire under a bushel of hay. It results in conflagration, a disastrous fire. Don't forget, it's okay to be insecure many times, not sometimes, many times. It's okay. Being insecure about someone or something shows that you care about that thing, that you care about those people. If you don't care for the work, you will not feel insecure. So that shows your concern, your care. The only thing is that you have let that concern and care overtake the reality and make you feel tremble at the shadow. You are letting go of the substance and you are letting the shadow win. If something bothers you 24 by 7, then it's imperative that you find a solution to convert your insecurity into strength. Don't let an insecurity keep on breeding. It will develop into phobia. It might cause you depression. And in extreme cases, it might cause a mental breakdown, a nervous breakdown. So you have got to tackle the insecurity, the cause of it. But doing it, you don't have to beat yourself up for being insecure and weak. Remember, nobody is perfect, barring some people like me. Since nobody is perfect, majority of the people at least, everyone has his or her own flaws. You identify the flaws, try to rectify them, try to get over them, and then proceed with their life. We human beings forget one major thing, that we are all a work in progress. We are always susceptible to change. The important thing is that you realize and accept your strengths and weaknesses and just work on them 24 by 7 is to 365. That's all. A small fissure. Work on that. You can do it. And don't forget, a stitch in time saves nine. If you want to share your opinion on the same, you're welcome to ask a question. I don't mind it. But what you've got to do is to live positively, live happily, and insecurity. Now, let me tell you, insecurity can be a physical, your health, your impending death, health of the near dear ones. That can be physical. There can be mental, work not being done, relationships, friendships. Third can be psychological, a sense of inferiority complex. You have low self esteem, low self respect, no self compassion. You forget that charity begins at home. So you have to develop compassion for yourself. I always talk, have empathy. Until and unless you have empathy with yourself, you have compassion for yourself, you cannot give to the others. Tell me, can a hungry man who has just one piece of bread share it? No. So, first have your belly full. That means have your satisfaction and then be bountiful. Have compassion for yourself and then you will have compassion for others. Have empathy for yourself. Have esteem for yourself. If you don't respect yourself, how can you respect others? And if you don't have respect for yourself, you will have psychological insecurity. So, this emotional security, health security, financial insecurity, they're all manifestations of your low self esteem and low self confidence. If you can build a bulwark against these shortcomings, deficiencies, which can be real, which can be imagined. So you have got to identify whether it's real or not. And each case is different. People have come to me coming with their situations, and then I tell them. Now I'll tell you an classic example. There is a person, or rather there are a couple of persons who have a relation who is a sponger, a parasite, a hypocrite, and they keep on helping that person. When I told them, why are you doing it? You are destroying the self-respect of that person and you are being criminal. They said, no, she is our relation. We have got to help. She has no pension. She's a young girl of 25, 30. That's all. I said, why can't she work? She hasn't got a job. I said, well, she can go and work as a housemaid. She can go as a babysitter. She can be a maid. They don't realize that. Why they give is two reasons. One, they have a sense of insecurity about themselves. Insecurity, they have money, but they are insecure, and the insecurity is about their lack of self confidence. If they don't help the parasite, what would people say? That disregard for the reality of life, and as I told them, you are destroying the integrity and self respect of this person who is to whom you are giving the bounty. But no, they'll keep on giving it, feed the parasite, and thus feel that they are better off. It's an inverted, or rather convoluted sense of overconfidence. And in reality, is inferiority complex. They are more concerned with getting kudos from the people. A. B. Well, when we die, we'll face our brothers and sisters and parents. What would they say that we did not do it? Bullshit. And all this charity, bounty is also a result of insecurity about yourself. So come on, be realistic. Identify your weakness, whether it's health, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, whether it's psychological. After you have identified, work it out, discuss it, and the insecurity would vanish. It would vanish like the dewdrops vanish the moment sun comes out. It will vanish like the darkness vanishes when a candle is lit. It will vanish as the ignorance vanishes when a wise man speaks. So, feeling insecure is not bad, but keep on feeding that sense of insecurity is definitely a stumbling block in your being a better human being. Better yourself by identifying your insecurity and getting over that. Let the sense of insecurity be your key to opening a new opportunity. That way lies our salvation. Thank you.